A man's a woman for all that. The SNP. A jihadi's a man for all that. The Greens. A spade's a spade for all that. Nazi, fascist, hate speech, isms. For all that. Well, let's get a look at this clown again, because I don't think I did her justice. So, let's watch it together first. In this fat retard's question.
Question number 3, Gillian Mackay.
Since the Scottish Greens last raised the issue of Prestwick Airport in this chamber, investigations by the BBC, the Sunday Mail and the National have confirmed that the airport has been used by US military refuelling jets. These jets have gone on to fly missions in the US-Israeli bombing campaign against Iran. Military experts say it's now concrete proof of our complicity in a war which has now killed over 1,300 people in Iran, including more than 200 children. The First Minister previously said he would consider banning US forces from the airport if it was confirmed it was being used to support military action in the Middle East. What more does...
Fuck. Right. Investigations by the BBC, who are running a campaign demonising Dugs. Well, why would they be doing that? It wouldn't be because it's full of Islamists and communists, would it? Full of Karens and Karen-brained men, huh? The BBC, the Daily Mail and the National. That's no truth. Investigations, like the vagary of these news reports of investigations by a student newspaper, the corrupt pedo BBC. Oh, aye, the Daily Mail, the Daily Woman's a Mail. So there you go, straight out the gates. It's the only fucking gate. The only gate that she's ever bust out of is the gate to the pie shop. A dismal face. Anyway, this is where she gets her information. So that's we're off to a fucking flying start with this one. The Daily Mail, the BBC, and the National. I saw a headline for the National that read, Swinney baffled that he's not taken seriously in world politics. I'm sure his bafflement is just going to continue right up until he gets beheaded by the folk that he let in. Yes. And then there's the numbers. 200 unconfirmed school children have been killed. What about the unconfirmed 40,000 Iranian people that were murdered in cold blood while they were unarmed and protesting the regime, hen? Military campaign in the Middle East. And then you get the 1,300 number. 1,300 people have been killed. Have 1,300 people been killed, hen? Oh, that number seems awfully low. Have they not fired like 20,000 bombs in the Middle East? Oh my God. So what is this? What is she? She's a Green. So this is groupthink. And what she's doing is she's sacrificing the Iranian people. 40,000 Iranian people. Conflating the number. There's no difference between a jihadi and an Iranian people. Fucking the lies and the stupidity. And this is in charge, man. I mean, get to fuck. Come on now. Right, is she retarded? We can see that she's fat. Going on, but is she actually retarded or is she pretending she's retarded? Like this always I'm like John Swinney, I'm just fucking baffled, but all I know is there's homophobia and I don't like it. She just doesn't care. The Iranian regime shut off the internet and massacred allegedly 40,000 sane people witnessed it. I can fucking assure you that there's a lot more evidence and witness statements as to that happened than there is to the IRGC said 200 children. That's like Hamas. That's like Hamas numbers. It's a nice round number, isn't it? Yeah, it's a pretty vague number. It has been alleged as well that the IRGC are keeping the bodies of the people that they massacred to do their Pallywood trick, where they trot out a bunch of dead bodies. They're not like Pallywood. They actually just kill their people, keep the bodies, and then trot them out as a statistic against what the Americans doing. But this fucking fat retard, this simpleton, the world is black and white and that is all there is to it. This cunt is just written off 40,000 and 47 years of brutal oppression, 47 years of Darka Muhammad Jihad, fucking roadside bombs, murdered Americans, murdered Brits, kidnapped and murdered tourists, fucking this, and then this absolute fat donkey, man, and there it is, sitting there in a seat of power. What the actual fuck? I'm sorry, I just had to burst in there. So we're gonna skip the Mangina's response because it's just not worth it. It's just no. This is his response is your typical Karen brain. Everybody's right, as long as there's Jew hate behind it. Everything we don't like's an ism, and then of course this absolute mangina is just going to continue to be baffled as to why it's not being taken seriously on the world stage. It's because socialism doesn't work. It's because you can only exist with your parasitic hand in somebody else's pocket. Anyway, did we cover everything that fat turd said? Everything wrong? Yeah, so what did she do? She quoted The National, the Daily Mail and the BBC, all utterly discredited mouthpieces for the Jew-hating UN propagandists, the Euro-Nazis that are determined to have us invaded by mad Islamists and socialists. That's fucking great, isn't it? That's fucking great. And then she conflated she got the number wrong. Over 1,300 people have been killed by the campaign in the Middle East. Like that's an awfully round number again, isn't it, hen? You know, just like the 500 a day that Hamas used to say, never to provide any evidence, except for the BBC, the National and the Daily Mail said it, of which one's a student newspaper and the other two are communist Islamo rags. So get fucked. Get fucked. And this is sitting in a seat of power. Like I can make mistakes. It's just my opinion, man. But know this. This is supposed to be in charge. So we're gonna skip the fucking moron's response and go to the second part. This is the killer part of the question, man. This is where she really eviscerates them, limb for limb.
Julian Mackay.
I'm pleased that the First Minister is concerned, but I'm really disappointed in that answer. Last weekend, the First Minister said that an independent Scotland could ban foreign militaries involved in illegal wars from the country, and we welcome that commitment. But Scotland cannot and must not wait for independence to act on our principles. Children in Iran are dying now. And
I can't do it. I can't let her talk. Children in Iran are being killed now. What about the children in Iran that are being raped now? They've been being raped for 47 years, hen. Look at her fucking downy face. Oh my God. Is that not the most depressing creature on the face of the earth? Look at the fucking state of it. Look at the fucking state of it, man. That's not seat of power. Look at her. Oh my God. She put down a pie to join the party. 200 children are dying now. And there's a trail leading directly back to Prestwick Airport. Good. Good. Turn around. Keep fighting for freedom. Keep liberating the oil from the hands of terrorists and the sponsors of terrorists and the sponsors of disgusting communists. Look at that fucking idiot sitting behind her as well. Look at the state of this. This is Scottish politics. This is it. Like, it's that fucking dense and it makes me that mad. Like, you could speak for half an hour. You could pause for a minute and speak for half an hour on everything they get wrong. Man, this bitch has never been right. What has she said that's right? She gets her news for the investigations for the BBC, the Daily Mail and the National. 1,300 people are killed. 200 children, an awfully round number of children, was killed in like one of the first strikes. Aye, right. Yeah, that was Khomeini and his harem of toddlers, you dumb bitch. She's just parroting. This is parroting evil. This is covering for fucking evil. This is under the guise of being anti-war no matter what. Just like, how many Iranians do you think she's talked to? I actually speak to Iranians. I'm in a lovely community online. Something that I never expected to be. I speak to Jewish people and Iranians. See anybody that talks this type of shite? Ask them how many actual Iranians they speak to. Ask how many Jewish people they know and they speak to. I bet you it's fucking hunters. I speak to hunters of Jews all the time. And they, what the fuck? Oh my God. Like, if you don't laugh, you'll fucking cry. Children are being killed now. Aye, so getting them out of Prestwick Airport. I get them out of Prestwick Airport. Why? They've been killed. The children were killed. If they even were killed, because it's an awfully round number that was released by the IRGC. Obviously the most trustworthy of news sources, the same source of information that shuts off the internet to massacre 40,000 out of their own people, that she's conveniently forgotten, because their lives don't mean anything. Because they're fighting a tyranny, and she's into tyranny. The actual fucking state of this. Like this pie falling out her mouth, man. Fucking wobbled her way in. Fucking fat, spoilt, reality deluding Karens. These absolute donkey brains. Like, see the group in school that she hung about with. You didn't even hear that. You talked to it for 2 minutes. You'd be like, alright, that's enough of you, hen. You're on your own. Like, I'd rather, at school, I'd rather hang about myself than with this type. And when you said, and there was times where I sold out to stand next to this type, just because I was lonely. And this is what's going on, man. You sell it to this type of person because you're lonely. Fucking what? So she's got everything wrong so far. The Scottish principles are what? What are Scottish principles according to her? I think that fucking idiot behind her, he's like got an internal smirk. He's like, this fucking idiot. He's put her up to saying this shit, and he's like the smart guy. He's playing the game. He's a smart guy sitting behind her, just nodding her on, saying, aye, and that's right, aye, you tell him. And laughing, because he doesn't care. None of these people care about the Iranian people, about actual oppression. All they care about is their narrative. Here's a headline here. So the SNP, there's been a huge sex scandal because a gay guy's been molesting a bunch of people that he works with, sexually harassing them. Fucking pest. These victims, the victim statement is, and to surmise, we're scared to come out because we'll be ejected for politics. We'll be ejected for the party because this doesn't fit the narrative. Actual gay sex pests, actual perverts, And we all come across them. They're in lots of places of what? They're creepy, they're horrible. Are you allowed to call out the behaviour? No. Did you know that 100% of gay paedophiles are gay? Is that a hate fact? No, it's no. 100% of gay perverts are gay. Is that a hate fact? No. 100% of gay perverts are perverts. There is nothing controversial about this. But you can't call out the behaviour because they get promoted, they get protected. They get protected in every place of work because they're a special class. Just like this fat bitch is a special class. She was in the special class, let me tell you that. Man, there it is. There it is. Unbelievable. Zero accountability. Fucking pie face. Jesus Christ. Shall we continue?
In Scotland are overwhelmingly against this war. We know that the airport is owned by the Scottish Government.
Folk in Scotland are overwhelmingly against this war. Another nonsense, meaningless statement. She just says a thing. She just said a thing. People in Scotland, what the people in her retarded Kumbaya Green Party circle, the Pally philanderers, the Palestines, all they people are against it. I wonder why. I wonder what the connection could be between radical Islams flooding the place with immigrants. Palestine and the Pallywood mob and the IRGC. Just rack your brain and see if you can find a connection. This is a special case, man. Yes, so she's Trump deranged, she's getting everything wrong, she's groupthink, she's an Islamist, she's a communist. And that's standing there, getting heard. And nobody talks about it, because nobody can watch this shite. Is that depressing? That it just reduces you to anger or tears? And then what's the point? If you speak up about this, if you speak up about this, you'll never get a job with the government. Exactly. That's socialism. You have to join the groupthink. And this is it demonstrated. Look at the fucking state of her. Just saying the people of Scotland are against this war. Who's that speaking for? You know who it's speaking for? It's speaking to a centre of power in Scotland, which is where the population density is, which is just chock full of Chinese students, stupid lefty young people that don't know anything, and a bunch of mad jihadis. That's who she's speaking for. And you know, this was my big fear with Iran. So they bomb the shit out the place and they kill the actual armed militants and the oppressors. What if the people kind of what if the Iranian people in general are just kind of in support of Jew murder and it doesn't bother them? And they've had 47 years of being told it's alright, and the Israel and the America and the UK is their enemy. And the us kafir bastards need a boot in their neck, huh? That's my fear in Iran, is they bomb the shit out of them, they reduce their capacity to hurt, but the Iranian people, as a population, actually like this shit. Isn't that terrifying? Isn't that fucking scary? That's what I worry about. Not only do we have the ignorance here, you get the ignorance there. And this is the ignorance here. State of this.
Bombed by planes, refuelled in a chain that leads directly back to Prestwick. We know the public in Scotland are overwhelmingly against this war. We know that the airport is...
Right, it's alright to just ban Israeli planes. What are the Israeli planes doing? They're fighting a war of defence against a mad jihadi death cult in their midst. So if Palestine's little brother, the little death cult, the IRGC's the big brother. So are you really surprised that she doesn't care about the 40,000 people that were murdered by the Iranian regime when they switched the internet off to keep them suppressed? Of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't. She loves the jihadis. She loves Jew killing. She's alright with it. She's alright with oppressing. This is the people that take our speech, that stifle a point of view that's no theirs, or you'll never get a job with the government with that attitude. Yeah, you're right, I fucking will, nae. Yeah, I applied for a stupid, shitty, semi-government job, and I realised that 20,000 people have applied for it. I'm no the right colour, I'm no the right gender. I'm too male. I'm too scary. I'm too opinionated. I'm too intolerant. Intolerant. We do not tolerate intolerance. This absolute dipstick. Fucking deep fried cunt. But look at her, she's a crisps eater. This eats crisps. The Yanks, we've got chips. Fucking wet. Wet. She's got so far. This blob has stood up and got everything wrong. She's quoted the dirtiest, most corrupt sources. She's made a bunch of presumptions. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about dead, innocent protesters. Because these people would put you in the gulag for having a different opinion. They're already punishing us. You know the terror that folk express. You can't go on. You can't record yourself having a different opinion and putting it out there. That's fucking dangerous. That's the general ignorant opinion that I get back. Like, people, we are cucked. We are suppressed. We are ill-informed. We're disconnected for this shite, and they're exploiting it because mongos like this stayed engaged. And they get promoted and they play the disgusting game. And everybody else gets taxed to oblivion. If you don't toe the line and play the game, you just have to get a care job, or you have to dig holes or drive a truck for minimum wage. That's fucking it. And you try and strike out in your own, and then they just pick you apart. They just pick any entrepreneurism apart and regulate it, and they're like, oh, you need 3 insurances for this, and it fucking kills anything before it even gets going. This is socialism. This is the jihadis, man. This is the pro-Pali mob. She's defending the Iranian regime. The sponsor of terrorism in the world. The mad jihadis that stole a country, murdered 40,000 of their own people, millions of their own people in 47 years. They hang protesters off of cranes. They don't snap their necks. They lift them slowly. It can take them half an hour to die, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care because of the narrative. What a disgusting creature. And these Muppets, this gaggle of Muppets sitting around her, nodding along. And then Swinny, the massive mangina, agreeing with everything she says. So there you go. She's got everything wrong. She doesn't care about world peace. She's completely committed to the socialism lie. Like, I don't think they wouldn't know what to do with independence if they got it, because their hand would be out of English people's pockets, and they would have to be held accountable for what they do. This is a dumb bitch.
Owned by the Scottish Government, and the Scottish Government has previously already taken the decision to ban Israeli planes. They can take that same decision now, and we don't need to wait to ask for Westminster's permission to do anything. So when will the First Minister properly stand up for Scotland and finally kick Trump's troops out?
First Minister.
Presiding Officer, I sympathise and agree with Carrie operate as First Minister within the Scottish Parliament.
Yeah, I'm targeting her because this was like the most fattest, stupidest, offensive thing that I could watch, and I only watched for like 12 minutes because that's all I could handle. statistics tennis. This bald mangina just saying out he's brilliant and blaming Westminster for everything else. And then you got to entertain that fat turd. That fat murderous turd. Who just stood out there, got everything wrong and defended terrorists. And it's and we just assume like they could ban the Israeli planes like that. Because that's how okay. That's how okay they are. With 1,000 Jewish men, women and children being murdered and massacred and raped. And immediately they just banned the Israeli planes for doing the job that they had to do. For no dying. Oh, you should have died. You just have took it. That's what you get. Absolute sickening stuff, man. So I said that she was the type of person that would get drunk, fuck a guy and then report him for rape the next day. And I stand by that 100%. That is the type of person. The utter disconnection for reality there is sickening. That's dangerous, man. That's dangerous, and that's sitting there in a seat of power. How many Iranians do you think? How long do you think it would take her to find a wee Iranian and Jewish community online and have a chat with them? And it'd take you all of 5 minutes. But no, that fat turd. I was too busy eating crisps and singing Kumbaya, getting everything, reading the National. You know who were National Socialists? Who oppressed speech, who hated the Jews. Can you think of a political movement sometime in the last 80 years that this described? It's no comedians, man. It's no people that use dirty language and homophobia jokes. No, they guys liberate us. These guys are Nazis. These are fascists. Islamists are fascists. Once they're done with the Jews, they come for us. We are next. And this fat turd's welcoming it. We're big eating crisps. Well, anyway, I think that'll have to do for my head explodes. Ta-ta-ta.